that or
Hey, live already.
I'm already. I can't see myself now. Can I see my own face? Can I see my own face?
Yes. Now, yeah.
Now on live.
Live already. I can see myself. Wait, yeah.
Delay.
Can I see my own face? Yes. Say hi.
Hi. And happy long weekend. Let me just share out first. I'm going to share out my page. All right.
Can you see that? Can you see, right?
Yes, I see. I'm going to share. I will share too. Okay. Yes. Here we are.
To yours one.
All right. Good.
Okay.
Good evening. Okay. Can I? Good evening, everyone. Those who will be joining us later. I know how is it like. I also have been watching a lot of Friends live. Sometimes not everybody comes so quickly. This
Yeah,
is
just say hi.
Yes, this is at 5:20 Kuala Lumpur time, 4:20 Thailand time. Yeah. And thank you today. If not because of T, I'm never able to do any technical work. So T is doing all my facilitation. Thank you, T, very much. Every now and then, Josephine, right? I like to do something very impromptu. I won't be doing something like every Monday night, every Tuesday night. You're not going to wait for me to see this. As and when I like, I just pop one topic. As and when I call any of my friends, and all of them are always very supportive, right? And it will be very good. At times, we work with people, FB Live, when I have my graduates or friends together. But if we don't have them in Kuala Lumpur, now it's like no one of us can go cross country. So the only choice to meet everyone is through a StreamYard, Facebook Live, yeah? Right. So tomorrow is August 31st. I keep thinking today is August 31st. I was planning to wish everybody Selamat Merdeka Day, Hari Merdeka, but it's tomorrow. It's fine. People are celebrating now. So what will be your wish for this Merdeka Day for the next 12 months? Obviously, I'm sure all of us would have the same sentiment, right? We want the pandemic to cease so that more lives can be preserved, there is less sickness for everyone, and the economy can grow. Yeah. And I'm looking forward for really cross country, as it really affects us as trainers. We cannot go overseas to train, and my overseas students cannot come here. So let's just hold hands and make make the CV goes away sooner than we expected, right? So yeah, the other thing is we were talking about wearing masks. I said nowadays I want to wear my lipsticks. I have 12 shades of lipsticks in my room, but I can't use it. I can only wear it at home, but no point, right? So when can I wear my lipstick? Come on, quick, we want to move out. Okay, so what is my topic today? Something came to my mind is about colors. Yeah, we all love colors. So the topic today is bring color to our life. I know when I speak to the young ones, it's always black. Every day they wear black. There are so many reasons when you should be wearing black, when you should not be. So today I'm in white because I'm behind a very colorful poster. So let's talk something about colors. And then the first person I thought of was, who is someone who is very bold in terms of color? Then nobody else but this lady called Siri Leksuwat. She is from Thailand, and every 2 months you will see her, having a different hairstyle. I must say, is very courageous. This woman. It's not just the hair color; it's also the boldness in her. I know her for quite a while already. Yes, a very someone who has got very strong leadership, someone whom I know can lead doctors, imagine. So who is Siri? Now, let me introduce Siri to you. Siri is, just like me, an image consultant on the way to become an image guru. Siri is a global key opinion leader in the Korean Health Development Institute. Wow, she has got a very long designation and I have to memorize that, right? So image consultant, she's a KOL for Korean Health Development Institute. She is also the advisor to Science Park for the southern region of Thailand. And on top of that, being her own what you call it, being her own profession as an image consultant, Siri is the current president of AICI Thailand. AICI, as most image consultants are part of its members, AICI is Association International for Image Consultants, is the biggest image consultant platform for anyone to be recognized to be there, right? So this is how we met because we are all AICI members, and we were the most recent time, Siri, we were at Chicago, right? We were at Chicago and we were sleeping partners for one night. Okay, we joined rooms for one night. Now, Siri, I know in Thailand, in my 5 years, I've been also working with AI Pilak. Yeah, AI Pilak is, of course, everyone knows Thailand is the top and the #1 image consultant and image guru in Thailand. And she has thousands and thousands of followers, right? So on top of knowing AI Pilak, I was saying I would like to hear from a different a person point of view. Yeah. So Siri, I know in Thailand, yeah, in Thailand, there are how many image consultants in Thailand? I know a lot, as many as in Malaysia. You know, in Malaysia, people will ask me, Joe, do you know who is who? This image consultant. I say, okay, maybe I know her. You know, we have like hundreds of us. So Siri, can you tell me in Thailand, why we talk about image consultant first? Why in Thailand so many people love the profession of an image consultant in Thailand?
I think, speaking from my opinion, I think what they interested in the image consulting in Thailand is just to change their personality and make them looking better, looking good. And sometimes, some people come to them with the pain point where they wear only the few colors. For example, like black, white, or gray, or natural colors. But they feel that, the life is not going nowhere. They want to spice themselves up. So therefore, the image consulting is just helping them they seek the image consulting for helping them in improving their personalities. However, per our, educational perspective, image consulting is not only the appearance, but we are talking about the ABC, which is appearance, of course, and behavior, and also the communications. Because the appearance, again, you're looking good, right? But you behave very badly, and also you don't unable to communicate. You cannot go anywhere, or you can be like attract people just for 5 minutes, but you can't be able to engage and sustain, ability to convince them going further. So that's why, I think mostly people just thinking about image consulting is just for looking good. But our value added to them is by far more than that, because we can improve them on their personalities, and also improving them on the better communications, so then they could reflect themselves well as well.
Right. We have Jessie here. Yeah. Now, very good talking about behavior and communication. Maybe we just want to put aside because we're talking about colors. Now, I have been traveling to Bangkok almost twice a year. And, whenever I go Bangkok to teach, I have to look into my wardrobe and I say, for Bangkok to going to Thailand, I have to bring the most colorful colors in my wardrobe in order, to go to Thailand. And, it's an amazing city. Everybody goes for colors a lot. Yes. Why are people in Thailand? Why do they love colors so much? In Malaysia, when I talk to people about colors, a lot of them, they only wear black. But obviously, some of them are pretty ignorant. They do not know black is the strongest color. They do not know black could be very harsh, and black absorbs a lot of energy from us. So instead of wearing black, I would say you might as well go white. But when it comes to white, they say it adds volume to them. And when it comes to color, they are just, maybe they do not know how to mix and match. So there's a lot of teaching for them, right? How to go mix and match. But when you go Bangkok, it's a colorful world. Everybody loves color. Look at Siri, your hair. Every 2 months, you go color your hair. Tell me why people love color in Thailand.
I'm not really sure. It's very tough questions for me to answer. I think you might like to hear some other people's opinion as well. Thai people believe in the same way as in Malaysia that the black is the best color to suit anything. You can't go wrong with the black. But for me, right, when I put on the color, just to understand about the energy, because my energy is quite strong and sharp. So when I add on the color, and if I wear black, I will be very down and look like I'm gonna murder someone soon. So I add on the colors just to spice it up, and then I think more approachable, because people are come to talk with me more, and just like ask about the color that reflecting my energy very well, and I rather than like reserving personality, I appear to be more approachable with the color, even though that I wear the color very strong. Yes, people in Thailand, we love to use a lot of the colors because of right now we follow the Korean fashion. So that's how they adopt the color perspective. And, we are some of the days that we have to wear colors as well. For example, we wear yellow on Monday, and we wear, some other particular color to represent some other special day. So that's how the colors is coming from. And we have a belief of we wear most of the green because we believe that the green will bring luck, about the money of luck. So that's how the belief the colors is. Yes, we call in Thailand, we call kiao niao sap. The green will bring more money or prosperity, right? Yeah,
for Chinese,
right.
it's always
Kiao
red,
niao sap.
but for Chinese, it's always red, right?
Yeah, of course the red is still another colors, but and
Right.
in addition to the red is also the green.
Right. You see, red, there are so many reds. There are cool reds, there are warm reds. I mean, I like the part,
Yes.
Siri, that you say a color, it kind of resonates to your energy. Because when you look at Siri, she's a very vibrant person. Now, because apart from image consultant, right, you have quite a serious profession. Maybe if I'm talking about 70-30%, now you work with doctors. And it is, I look at it, it's like very medical, a very serious job. If you go on colors, do they accept that kind of colors, your vibrant colors, when you're working with doctors?
Actually, it's a very good question for me to share with other people, because at the first time that I put the color on my red head,
A redhead.
a bit of the shocking because of a red head, red hair, because people shocking because they're thinking about it's too strong personality. I am in the wrong profession. I should be in the fashion rather than in the medical. So then at the beginning, I'm talking with the Gen X or baby boomer, right? So I kind of the hold myself a little bit by changing, I wrapping my hair, try to hiding a little bit. So and start increasing, showing them, and kind of I'm not lying, but I just adapt the people perception into the way. So right now people are more like, oh Siri, why don't you color your hair in red? Because sometimes I color my hair back to like the dark color. They come to me right away. I said, Siri is not really you. Therefore, in the 2 years, you'll be seeing me go back and forth between like red and then down, like a dark red and no color at all, and then go back to red again. Yeah. So those kind of things.
I really like to see people who are bolder. I mean, you have to step up and stand out. Even when we do our image consulting or when we are in a corporate class, because I do train like private jet setters or some some special corporate HODs, head of departments, and we tell them to color their hair, we tell them to cut their hair. It's like, die, don't touch my hair. It's like, hello, 3 months time, you're going to grow your hair back, right? For a change. Because if the change is something that you don't like, you can always step back again. But at least you do some changes.
Yeah, right.
Color the world. Let people see that you're different. It's the bold part. It's not just on color, even their behaviors and the way they communicate. There's a lot for them to really make people have their heads turned. What's so different about you, right? So this is all about image. So we talk about being bold, right? So as I said, Siri to me is someone who speaks out your mind. So we call don't play with Siri. So good leadership. Now I know Siri also came to Kuala Lumpur. I remember we were in Bangsa. Remember 2 days we were in Bangsa. I was training Siri inside her room, right, in the hotel room. So Siri, at that time, I remember you hold a very high position, in a corporate company. What makes you leave with such a high pay job to become a business owner, or you work for your own? I would say this is a very big leap. It's a very big leap. A lot of people today, I just spoke to someone and she say, Joe, nowadays, I'm struggling to keep my job. So I asked this person, then what is your strategy? She said, talk less and work more. I said, is it only now? All the time you should be doing that, right? So I said, I'm going to give you 2 advice. First advice is anticipate, right? Because when you anticipate, it could be something good that comes, it could be something bad that comes, you don't know. But when you anticipate, at least it's not a surprise that comes into you. Number 2 is preparedness. How much are you prepared in case the surprise is bad? But it's not just, be a better person, be ordinary, keep quiet. That is not going to serve you well. If your boss, one staff looking good with colors, very bold, speak up, good etiquette, communicate well, who would you think your boss will bring out for lunch, meeting a client? Would it be the ordinary person who keep quiet but just work, or someone who, who represent herself better, right? So people have to prepare for yourself. So I have this respect for you. You are having a high paid job. Suddenly to become an image consultant at that time, I remember you even seek my, advice. What happened to this part of the job and what's going to happen to this? So remember you, after that, 10 months later, you say, well, I have made the right choice. So Siri, can you share with the people who are listening to you? Some of them are already a graduate having their image certification, but they are afraid of doing something. But of course, I always say, wait till the best time. If this is not the time for you to come out, don't. And it's always good to have a side hustle, right? You have a full-time job. At the same time, you earn some pocket money to become an image consultant. But Siri totally resigned from her job and deep dive into a brand new career. Siri, tell me, what is the push factor And after till now, can you tell me what are the benefits for taking this leap in your life?
So first of all, I want to relate back to what you have just said a little bit about anticipate, because we don't know, right? In the disruption world, anything could happen.
Yeah.
So better prepare. I like
Mm.
to thank my lecturer on the NLP, who my credit on the exam or the coaching, because of by studying that subject, I
Mm-hmm.
I was assigned, I was tasked to think about, what value that I want to bring out to the world. And if
Yeah.
today is going to be my last day on the world and people come to my funeral, what they mention is about me. So then I prep myself. It's very sad
Your
to think
present.
about that, but it's quite aggressive, quite aggressive way to think about that as well. So then, long story short, I left the corporate world because I think living in a corporate world is no longer serve my life purpose. So for the Thai people that listening, you can looking for the interview that I made with one of the journal in Thailand about how I turn pain to power. And once I see the trigger points that because you said about one thing, you said about waiting for the best time, but if we don't prepare, we don't know what is the best time. In the best
Right.
time, maybe it is not in the best scenario for us to go further. It might be right now in COVID situation is the best time for you to do something else. So then it's us to define what is the best time for us to leave. So then when
Right.
I prepare for leaving, I prep all the possible way for me to continue my life purpose. And leaving the corporate is one of the choice I made, but I also give myself a criteria what factors that coming on my way that I would make decisions to leave the corporate world. So then
Mm-hmm.
this is the first step. Put the criteria. If these three or five criteria are met, I will leaving the corporate world to whatever I would plan to do at that time, based on the situation and based on that situation. So I have to have another plan. The third plan is very important, is the money factors, because of every decision we made will impact our family, directly or indirectly. So then better calculation and prepare how well that we are going to live with little money just to pursue what we want in life. So then our family shouldn't impact the decision that I made, because of at the beginning when you're starting, you cannot be famous on the first day, right? So then you have to calculate what value proposition, what unique selling point that you want to deliver and you want to bring to other as a value. And how long does it take for you to go back, and how much money you need to survive. There's a lot of process to think about. So then from me, right, I share with you the personal, I think my break even, I know how much money exactly that I need to leave on the daily on the monthly basis. And then I save up that money. Actually, I plan for 2 years plus six
Mm-hmm.
months. In the research, they said we have to prepare for 6 months, but for me, it's starting the new career. 6 months is not enough, because 6 months is enough if I entry back to the same profession. But if you change, you have to prepare for 2 years at least. And I plus minus just in case things go wrong. I plus 2.5 years. And right now is my third year. And on the way, I tell people, on the way, when you leave the corporate world, you leave the high pay, there'll be something that will challenge you to coming back. So successfully leaving the corporate world, meaning that I successfully leave the corporate world without thinking about coming back to my corporate world again. Because first you have to be clear about the value, your plan, very concrete plan about what you want to deliver and how much money you are going to earn to survive.
Yeah.
So this
I
is
really
the three things that I could advise.
I picked up some of your words. It's like value, your plan, and the reserve that you have. When it comes to money, money is never enough. You give a lot. It's just like a woman. You give her a bag, it's not big enough. You give her a bigger bag, it's still not big enough. So how much money is enough? But very important is whatever reserve that you have, people should hear my story. Whatever reserve you have, it is important to ensure the reserve grows. Correct? The reserve must grow. And being an image consultant, being it's not about being famous, I would say. Yes, you have to work yourself up, but people buy you is because they buy your value. All of us are very
Yeah.
different. Yeah. So different teachers, the different courses will offer you different value. So last few days, I was really thinking, what makes people buy? I'm trying to sell a course and they say, no, they are not interested. Why are you not interested? It's because they felt that there is no need. For instance, I would feel that, it could be there's no competition for them yet, or they don't have the pain point in them yet. People are still complacent. So the preparation, like what you have said, the anticipation is so important, right? So I like to see the way Siri, you are really going to show a very good example, to so many of them who left the corporate world to become someone. What is your greatest achievement right now that you are now that you have an extension to your profession as the health advisor and you are doing an image consultant? So as a health advisor part, what is your biggest, I would say, what is your biggest, what did I say just now? What is your biggest achievement? Yeah.
Okay. I cannot. To be honest with you, Joe, on this one, I cannot. I cannot tell this is the biggest because I still doing the job that I'm doing right now. Because when you say biggest, right, you have to evaluate at the end of you finish something and you just count how many things you do and which one is the biggest or the greatest. For me, right, I think I stop myself on something great because if I do something great, I continue to great. And if I do something greatest already, sometimes my mind block because I said I reached the greatest point already. I will stop because I achieved one thing. So then I stop at the great level and I keep continue great, 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 great. Because once I see I do the greatest already, my mind will stop doing it. My mind will seek for another possibility. For me, right, the great things that I deliver, that I start seeing the impact of, the communications that my scientists, my doctor is be able to communicate in a lay term that allow people to understand their medical term or deja vu. Some of them be able to bring their research knowledge from the lab to the market, research to the market, and improve the quality of life of the people. And the other thing is that be able to compete themselves or stand up in front of the people in the international setting is kind of things that I see. So if I list out the greatest is that I want to hear back from people that I touch them or I teach them, I sharing my value with them, be able to reflect back how much from their knowledge that learning from myself could uplifting other people's life. That is going to be my greatest, and I will planning to collect my greatest because I want to hear from back from them because this is my third year now.
Good. So how you touch their lives, how you create the impact in their lives will be good, right? Because they are doctors. Tell me about doctors' personality. Well, anyway, I remember I talked to you one day and you were telling me something very complex about your research. What kind of research are you doing? And you do something about cancer cells or something like that?
Yes, actually, it's not a cancer cells alone, but it's something else because of human. We have a system that could repair ourselves, but because of the stress and oxidations and so on, we make ourselves to get into trouble. So my research is about using some of the natural compound to remove some of limiting factors that allow the our bodies to self repair and regenerate. Some factors that we would it would delay us to get sick So if we don't get sick, so then we don't need to go to see the doctor that often.
True,
So this
true.
is
I
part
think
of
I
my
have it.
research.
Okay. So how long will we see some results? Yeah.
The result is already there because my professor, he is treating like nearly 5,000 people right now.
Wow.
But my job is to bring the knowledge together and make algorithm,
Mm.
so then we would be able to duplicate this system again. So then my research is about to create a service facility for sales, repair, and regeneration. So I put that way for the easy understanding. Yeah.
Mm, mm. I have a lot of students actually watching our live today. Siri,
Oh,
we talk about colors again. Huh? Now, graduates and students, when you look at Siri's face, what season are you thinking that Siri is? So you have already your answer in the mind. But Siri, what's your what's your intensity? What's the value? In terms of color, because coming soon in September, we are going. I mean, I will be curating one entire intensive master color training. Why I do that? It's as I said, we have so many image consultants in Malaysia. We have so many image schools. Now, they may be graduated from different school. Every school have a different system. I come from a very great school, AIM, Academy Image Mastery, and my teachers are Christina Ong and Lynn Marks personally. So I have the system that I learned from them. So I'm trying to do this particular color training. We cannot go cross country at the moment. So people in Thailand, a lot of Thailand girls are asking me, I want to come in, but Joto Mate, at the moment, we still cannot travel. So I'm opening it, of course, to our own very, very Malaysian students first. So you may be learning from other teachers with a different system, but are we not opening our minds to a different trainer? Because the delivery could be different, the finding could be different, right? So this color mastery would be the end of September 1920th. Yeah. So it's very interesting to talk about a person's entire personality. And it's not just inherent color. One is not your inherent color. Number two, we also layer the proper color according to your personality. Your inherent color and your personality might be different. And last but not least, we also layer your color according to your goals, right? So now just
yeah.
let's talk about inherent color. A lot of them don't even know, hey, a cool white and a warm white. So after talking so much and preparing the people, then it's like they're already calculating what is the color of Siri. Siri, what is your color palette?
My
Your
color
inherent
palette
color.
is, yeah, warm autumn.
So you are an autumn girl, very autumn. Why are you an autumn
Yeah,
girl?
I'm the
I love
autumn
autumn. Yeah. Why are you an autumn girl?
because the you know forgive me if I cannot mentioning about that because of I have the yellow undertone.
Right. Yes.
My
There are some
my
noise at the
yeah,
back.
level, the hue. I think
What's
it's
the
from
noise?
yours, right?
No,
It's not
no,
from
no.
me. I'm in the room.
Okay. I,
It
I
might be a
didn't move
car.
anything. Yeah, maybe it's a car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Mm,
the car. Yeah.
yeah.
So because yeah, and then when they compare to the level of the, I think the hue, right? So then I will be the medium tone,
Medium
medium
tone.
level.
Right. Right.
Mm.
Sometimes we change, our color changes according to our mood. It can go according to the climate. It can be according to the light. Yeah. So when we look at Siri's skin is surely a very warm, toasted skin. I am autumn too, right? You say you're warm autumn, right? What? Well, Siri, if you go for very deep color, she can. Meaning you are warm, you can go intensity. You are, but you're not soft, Your intensity is not soft. Your intensity can be a bit bright, right?
No.
But you can go very deep.
Yes. Yeah, deep right. But sometimes I play myself a bit with another. I don't know. It's not. I think the color is not right or wrong. It depends on how I play my. It depends on how we
All right.
play the color as well. In terms of the situation I want to wear. Sometimes I was in a commentator level, right? If I wear my true colors, I will be more approachable but at that time I'm in a
Yes.
commentator, right? I have to be sharp. I have to be like strict.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I shift
Exactly.
myself a bit to be winter.
Right.
So when I'm in winter, I play a bit and I'll look very like, don't play with Siri. She's a very serious woman. And then,
Right. Yes.
when I was in the situations where, okay, that's just my opinion. I'm not racist here. Some of the area of the countries, they're not really in equal of the men and male and female. So I can't be there as a sweet person, right? Because my
Right.
title
So
is a
meaning in front
commentator.
of
I
the
have to
men,
be firm.
meaning in front of the men, you have to be very firm. But when the
I have to
doctors
be
are
very
listening,
firm. Yeah, but firm, confident, but have a touch of the sweet and respect when they come and talk to me. So then a lot of people misunderstanding in terms of like you have to be firm and you have to be like sometimes assertive but aggressive. It's a fine line. So for us, right, that come to play with the behavior etiquette that even though you play with the color, you look tough, but when people approach and talking, you show the respect to them, you behave well on what you want to carry the message. So then that how the message is going to be heard. Yeah.
okay.
Not hurting people, but hurt in the ear and touching their heart. So that's kind of the strategy that I love playing with that, and I share with people as well. Because a lot of people, they have a good topics, they have a good content, but they don't have good context where how they wear is not in line with what they want to convince other people, and they fail to convince because it's not because of the content, but it's because of they not win the subconscious of the people when they want to convince something to them.
Right.
This is
Right.
how the
So,
impact of the image, and this is how impact of the colors.
so in summary, it's really we have to be very bold in playing colors. Do some extension. I know our inherent color is something like for me also. I go with a lot of other colors. Most important, it's the time that you're wearing the color, the people that you're meeting, the occasion, and the place that you're going. So these four elements, you can play around with a lot of colors and give some surprises, right? Now, before we conclude, now because this is a topic on color, right? Another 5 minutes, we will conclude. If you have any questions on colors, Siri and me will be online to explain or give you some advice. Otherwise, I will ask Siri, what is your favorite color? Siri, my favorite color is
Actually,
navy blue.
your navy blue,
My favorite color is navy
mine
blue.
too. My
And
color, my favorite color is navy blue as well.
navy blue, it's quite a neutral color. So if you are a warmer person or you're a cooler person, you can actually wear navy blue. And I always say navy blue is the new black, or charcoal is the new black. Never wear black. With Josephine, it's like, although I avoid black, one day I went to do my wardrobe management. It's like, I think I still have a good 30 to 35% of black dresses because those days I was working for Chanel. And then when you have really good jackets in black, you wouldn't want to discard them, right? And thank goodness the body did not expand too much. So I can still clad in those very good quality jackets. But importantly, it's your accent color that you put inside. It has to really bring up the black, yeah. So is there something Siri wants to ask me?
Yeah, I think I for the people that I work on a lot on the communications and behavior, but not really much on the color that I could could reflect other people, what advice that you could give it to me, and what advice that you could give to other people that like me, that good on communications already, behave very well, but don't know how to play with the colors? What would be
Somebody
your
who is good
advice?
on communication, some who, their etiquette is good, right? Are you saying that? But they do not know how to play with colors.
Yeah.
So what is my advice to these people? Right? Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yep.
then I would surely, first of all, I have to know why are they not in colors? What is the reason? The reason could be, I don't know. So if you don't know, I'm the best person to teach you, right? Because it's our job, right? We teach people how to mix and match the colors, to bring life to colors. This is our job. This is my profession. And I earn my money from that, right? So if they say, I do not know, is the easiest thing. But some might say, I don't want. So when you don't want, can you tell me why you don't want, right? Objections are very easy. They might say, I remember one time, one girl, same thing. Every day she wear black. I said, or she doesn't even bother to dress up, right? I mean, it's not just color, talking about dressing up. You know what was her answer to me? Pretty girl, very pretty girl. I said, why don't you dress up? Won't you think dressing up with colors, you will look very different with a different style? Everybody will have their heads turned to you. Guess what was her answer? Her answer is, there is no good looking man that I should dress up and attract them. That was her answer. Yes. So you know what was my answer to her? It's because you don't even dress up. It's because you don't even bother to play with colors. You cannot attract the handsome man that comes into your company. Correct or not? So it's whatever we do, it's like you have to ask yourself first, what is the pain point? Why are you not doing that? Yeah. If you tell me, some might just give me a reason. I train RHB, banks, and law of attraction. All the pretty women with very nice makeup, liners and mascaras, they will all sit on one table. You hardly see an auntie without makeup in the table. Then another table, all the ladies dressed down, no makeup, the hair don't even comb. They were all in the same table, right? But guess what? When they walk out, who gets the most attention are the people who do that. So one fine day, don't ask yourself, why are you not promoted? I am very hardworking. Why is the other person got promoted and not me? Right? If there is a decision to keep somebody, why don't keep me? I'm more competent. I speak better. I have good behavior. But people don't recognize you. You have to be recognized in some way. Don't you think dressing up makes you feel good in the morning when you go to work? And I asked one of the lady who doesn't put a tinge of makeup. She said, I want natural looking. You can be very natural looking in your job and nobody is going to look at you at all. Yeah. And I said, one day, ask your kid. Ask your kid. When your kid will tell you, mommy will go to work when you started taking the company's jacket and put it on. But otherwise, your kid will not know that you are even going to work because you look exactly like you are at home. Of course, now is the right time. Everybody works from home, right? But don't forget, you are going to walk out of your house. It's going to be a competent world all over again, especially now after the pandemic. So what are you going to do, right? So if you're ignorant of colors, we are here. If you do not like colors, the more pain points I'm going to tell you. Yes, and budget could be a reason. I don't have budget. Who says you have to buy bank-breaking prices to have a lot of colorful clothes or a lot of makeup in your house? Makeup, at least have some powder, have lipstick. I'm not even expecting people to have, learn how to do makeup, it's okay. So long, buy a lipstick, of course, lip gloss now. Lipstick are for me, lip gloss for the young girls, and invest in just powder, a little bit of cheek color. It liven up your whole face. Of course, when people give you more credits, people say you look better, what would be your next step? Go for a different haircut. And if people, I love your new haircut, your next step would be color your hair. You know what I mean? You can go step by step. You don't have to do an intensive change, right? So the minute you have colors on you, it brings colors to life. Imagine people who, I mean, it's very sad that people can't see. They cannot differentiate colors, and we can. So why don't you do it more? So Siri, T, do we have any questions on colors? Looks like we don't
Some
have
of
much.
your, yeah, they just say hi to both of you. Actually,
Okay.
Kumploi just say hi to you. Yeah, maybe
Thank
just
you.
go through their message. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, I should not take a Siri's time. We have taken 45 minutes from Siri. Siri, is there something that you like to advise people who are watching you today how to become bolder? One advice how to become bolder, and one advice also, since you're in the health, one advice is, we know nowadays we wear a mask every day, we wash our hands, we try not to be in clusters in order to hold our hands together and work together to fight against this pandemic. So is there one advice that you can give on top of the normal things that we are doing? How can we pull ourselves together to fight against a pandemic? So number one is how to make yourself bolder, because a lot of people are very scared today. Everything is very uncertain. So in terms of making yourself bolder, is there one advice? And one thing you would like to advise us is, how can we do things together in order to seize the pandemic faster, easier?
Okay, so my answer will start from the easy one. Like how to be bothered. I think it's not really people successful. No need to be bothered, but I think we need to be truthful to our heart. However, be bothered, we need to respect other people as well, and setting a clear goal, and be bothered to go straight to the goals, even though we fear, we do it anyway, because of if we have a goal without any action taken, it's just a wish or it's just a dream. So this is my first advice, my advice to the first questions. The second questions, I think, is quite tough questions, to be honest, because um I would put this way, the answer that everyone could do, apart from the collaborations, right? I think it's not, in this pandemic, it's not just we alone to resolve whatever difficulties, but we have to combine our strength together, and we do respect one another, and we continue to do whatever we can to live up to this. But maybe I don't like to say that in a very negative way. We don't know when this gonna last, but if we come together and we help one another, it's not just only look at us as a family, but we look at us as a region. We look at us as how ASEAN country could help each other to stand up. Perhaps we can go together and share the resource that we have, and still um, comply with the comply with whatever it takes for us to prevent ourselves from getting in trouble with the COVID situation. So I would say, and then one advice, easy way, is that don't blare black when you get sad, because right now the COVID situations, everyone gets sad, and down. A lot of people I know, they start having depressed. So don't wear black and white. We'll will dig us deep down to the to the depression. Start wearing color. No need to have a color on the hair, but perhaps looking more further to have a good advice on the wear colors, how to wear color to suit your mood and your professions. And if you need that advice, we have Joe already, and then I'm looking forward to share your class in Thailand, and looking forward to welcoming you in Thailand soon. So the good thing is that I wish very much for COVID to go away, so I could import you to Thailand, so then we can go. Perhaps we can let you go and teach us how to shopping a very good taste style
Right.
with limited budget here in Thailand as well.
So thank you very much, Siri. I really appreciate what you share with us. To be bolder, important is to set our goals. To set our goals, we must also know what the value that we have, right? You have to be very passionate about yourself, who you are, what are your values, and from there, you set your goals. Every one of us have fear, I would say. People who says, no, I don't have, I tell you, I don't believe. It just depends how great is it and how big is your heart to go against it. So anyway, fear, just go through it and anything will pass, I would say. There's always a timing in this world. It will diminish or it come back or whatever it is. There's always a time limit. So just do it, it will go. And taking action. I always like the fact that everyone will say, I have a dream, a dream, a dream. You can continue dreaming because your competitors will be very happy. So just don't be too late, wake up being too late. That's it. Don't be sorry for that. And for the pandemic, like I said, it's so uncertain, but it's important to respect each other and diligently go through all the SOP from the government, because this is the only time that the government will lead us into anything but good. At least we don't look too far. We look somewhere that is closer around us on the ASEAN region, so that I can go Thailand, people can come to Malaysia, our economy can also boom better, because we really need the economy to go. And I really like the last one is forget about black, go away black. We are already so depressed. Yeah. Bring up some colors to us. Yes. And we have so many image consultants in Malaysia. There are so many image consultants in Thailand. Be bold, just ask, right? We may not be as expensive as you think, because for the cold hard pandemic, we are here to help each other, right? So as an educator, the first thing is we want people to be good. And our profession, obviously, of course, nothing is free in the world. However, because of the pandemic, you won't be surprised how we can help you. So image consultant is not just to make you look good. Image consultant teaches you how to become extraordinary rather than being ordinary, and speak better, behave better, so that you are the chosen one. You have to prepare yourself. You have to anticipate. Yeah. So today, thank you very much. Thank you very much, T. Am I seeing T in the studio? So yes, thank you very much, T, as our facilitator. Thank you very much, Siri. I look forward to be meeting you again, hopefully sooner than we expect, because all of us will love to start moving and to start having a little holiday or whatever. For Malaysians, enjoy your long weekend. For my friends and the graduates and students in Thailand, Khap Kun Ka for being with us, right? And very much thank you to Siri for coming into my show. We will see the next time who we would like to invite. All right. Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณค่ะขอบคุณค่ะพี่
Thank you ขอบคุณค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ
Bye everyone.
Bye.